This course is presented to you free of charge by TTJ Tech Services of www.ttjtech.biz and by Stir It Up of www.stiritup.com. And remember, stir is spelled with a U, not an I, so that's STURITUP.com. TTJ Tech Services and Stir It Up are pleased to offer this course to you, to the glory of God and to the benefit of all those who listen. Well, praise God. All right, folks, this is Apple Watch Cafe once again. Let me check these audio settings. And let's get original sound.
Done. Button. Speech off.
Excited to see Rita back here with us again. And I will check on the other the trainer, Cliff and Sarah, probably be here with us shortly if they're not already. So I will double check that very soon. Now, today we're going to continue in this line of discussion, the Apple Watch. And what I've kind of wanted to do is to show you some of the ways in which I find the Apple Watch to be very useful. I wanted to start out by talking about how you type on the Apple Watch, because the reality of it is there is a keyboard on the screen if you have a watch that supports it. Not all models do. I don't know if the latest SE does. I know the original SE did not, but the larger, I think maybe Series 7 and above or 8 and above, somewhere around there, do have a keyboard on the screen, but of course it's not a full-size keyboard. There's also dictation. There's other ways to, to enter text. So what I'm going to do is go to a message in the Messages app on the watch so that we can spend a couple minutes demonstrating the different ways to input text in those cases where you want to do so. Now, I would also, before we even get into that, I would remind you that the watch definitely does have SIRI, and there are different settings for how you can activate her. I suppose him. Some of you might have a male Siri voice, but there's an option that simply when you lift your wrist and it detects that you've lifted the wrist up to your face, sort of, that it will invoke SIRI. I believe I've disabled that. And then, of course, there's the Hey option, which I do have enabled. I can say that wake word when the watch is awake. When the watch is asleep, that doesn't really happen, and that's good because I have HomePods and so forth. So typically if I'm saying, hey, you know who, I want to talk to my HomePods. But I will also remind you can press and hold the crown, and that's how I'm going to do it.
2:08 p.m. and 36 seconds.
What is the weather like today?
What is the weather like today?
It will be windy today.
What will the wind speed be?
What will the wind speed be?
The wind's blowing at 21 miles per hour northwest right now.
Tell me a joke.
Why
Tell
did
me
the
a
teddy
joke.
bear turn down a slice of cake? Because it was stuffed.
2:09 p.m. and 30
What you don't hear is that when I press and hold the crown, I get two little haptic taps on the wrist to let me know that Siri's listening. So you do have a sort of feedback, and that also happens if you speak hey, SIRI, so you'll know. Again, there's no sound there, but you do feel it on the wrist. So that's SIRI, and there's also dictation. And now I can use SIRI to send a message, certainly. And, a lot of the stuff that works on the iPhone works on the watch. So I'm not going to go into that and demonstrate all that for the sake of time, because I don't think I need to. But I am going to open the Messages app so that I can show you how, if you get a notification from Messages, you'll be able to reply right from that notification. But we can also open the message.
Wednesday, February
and we can
11th.
reply that way.
Apps.
So let me go to my
Activity.
apps. Remember, once I'm on the watch face, I press the crown to get to the apps. Now I'm on the apps,
Alarms.
but I'm way up at the A's. I'm on alarms, so I'm going to turn the crown a whole bunch.
Find items.
I'm on F now. Turn it
Delete.
some more.
My Chevrolet.
All right, I'm on the M's. I'm on my, so let's swipe back to the left.
Music.
Whoop.
Music recognition. Music. Mindfulness. Messages.
There we go. Double tap.
Page 2 of 2. Adjustable.
Okay. What's
Swipe
this
up or down with one finger to adjust
page
the
2
value.
of 2 thing about? Well, what happens is there's 2 pages in the Messages app. One are your pins, if you've pinned conversations, and the next one is just all the messages. So let's,
Unread. Edward Von
this is
Branch.
my,
Unread.
well, I'm making sure that there's
Compose.
nothing
Messages.
sensitive
Unread.
here, but I think this is
41,000. Edward
just
Von Branch.
my,
140. Carson
okay,
Von
this
Branch.
is, yeah, this
130.
is not my
Suzanne
pins
Milton.
page.
12:05 p.m.
Um,
Unread.
if I
Charles
go
Lasseter.
to the pins,
Jessica Ballbrad.
with a
Cliff.
2-finger
4:17
swipe should do
a.m.
it, but
Peso the
I actually want to
subscription
use this message here.
Yesterday. Cliff.
Where's our,
Pat
I'm
Kylie
looking for our
Electric. Megan
TTJ
Mom.
instructor
Brenda
chat,
Train.
because
Lori
then
Joe.
I can,
Vicky.
uh,
Eileen.
I might have to
71.
search for it.
TTJ
Let's see,
instruct-
here it is,
7
TTJ.
TTJ instructor chat.
There it is. And so that's
TTJ instructor
the,
chat. Monday. No
when
problem.
we're gonna
Thanks
open.
for letting
You can
me
hear
know.
the last message
Fourth.
says no problem,
TTJ instructor chat.
whatever.
Monday. No problem.
Double tap.
Thanks for letting me know.
All right.
Sarah Podolak.
Now, up at the
TV
upper
for
left
Daddy back button.
is a back button, just like you'd expect. At the bottom right,
Your iMessage. No problem.
there's the
Apps button.
most recent message. There's the apps button.
iMessage. Text field.
There's the edit field.
Double tap to edit. App suggestions. Heading.
Now we have these suggestions, and this comes up when you have replies too, like when you get a notification from messages. These are suggestions. Let's swipe to the right.
Okay. Button. Yes. Button. No. Button. Thank you. Button. Can I call you later? Button. Can I call you
Okay,
later? Can I
and
call
they
you
they
later?
will vary. The suggestions are specific to the message you might have received. They also come from replies that you say a lot. It'll add those to the suggestions, and you can customize them. I can double tap any one of these to send it immediately. You don't have to hit a send button. If during a notification or even right here in the app, if you double tap on a suggestion, it's going to immediately send it. It's instant. And so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go over to the left.
No. Yes. Okay. Suggestions. iMessage. Text field. Double tap to edit.
Now, I
Actions
believe-
available.
Let's look at the actions.
Dictation. Activate. Dictation.
Okay,
Activate.
only 2 right
Default.
now, because that's what I have it set for. So if I double tap on this, what's going to happen is it's going to start dictating immediately, because that's the preferred format that I have. So let me do that.
iMessage.
This is just a test, period. How are you guys doing today? Question mark. I 2-finger double tapped. Let's tap the center here.
Doing today. Delete. Text field. Is editing. This is just a test. How are you guys doing today?
Now.
Character mode. Insertion point at end.
Notice the insertion point. I can swipe up with 1 finger.
Question mark. Y-A-D-O-T.
I can read that. Let's swipe to the left.
Send button.
There's the send button. Again to the left.
Cancel button.
Cancel.
Cancel.
That's it.
Button.
Go to the right.
Text field.
Edit field. Go to the right again.
Delete.
You can delete character by character.
Emoji picker button.
You can do emojis.
Change input method. Dictation active button.
And there's the button to change the input method. Right now, dictation is active. But let's double tap and look at our options.
Emoji change input method. Change input method. Dictation active. Change input. Doing today. Delete.
And
Change input
It may not,
dictation.
it may
Dictation
not,
button.
yeah, there it is, okay.
Dictation button.
Dictation is on the far right.
Scribble button.
Scribble,
Keyboard button.
keyboard.
Delete.
So,
Keyboard. Scribble. Dictation.
I'm going to go back to dictation. And it started to dictate for me. I used a 2-finger double tap to stop.
Dictation.
But
Send. Cancel.
let's see if it's
Text delete. Text
still in
field.
there.
Is editing. Dictation. Character mode. Insertion
Oh.
point at end. Space.
It replaced what I had
N.
with the word dictation because I said that, or the watch said that. So let's delete that.
Delete. Space. N. O. I. T. A. T. C. I. D.
Now, let's change the input method to keyboard.
Emoji pick. Change input method. Change input method. Dictation active.
Now you can see what that's like.
Scribble button.
By the way, scribble is drawing with your finger, so I can draw the letters, handwrite.
Keyboard button.
Keyboard.
Keyboard.
Okay.
Tab B.
This is not how I prefer to do it because, you can imagine, small screen, lots of keys.
Cap B. Cap C. Tap X.
I'm swiping left.
Tap Z.
It's QWERTY.
Selected. Shift. Tap L. Tap K. Tap J. Tap H. Tap G. Tap F.
So if I want to write hello,
Tap G. Tap H.
I can double tap the
Tap Hotel.
H.
Tap H.
Now I can try.
E.
There.
Echo.
Look, praise God, I landed right on the E because I sort of had an idea where it would be on the screen.
E.
Now we can try the L.
P.
Oh,
L.
there we go.
L. L. I.
And then
I.
O.
O. O.
Not bad. Really not bad. And then at the bottom,
Change input method. Keyboard. Button.
you have change input method.
C.
Now,
Space. Emoji picker. Change input
let's see, is there
method.
any
Emoji
punctuation
space.
here?
Numbers. M.
Oh,
Numbers.
numbers. Maybe 2 spaces will do a period.
Space. 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 Period. Space.
Yep. Now we can just say this is a test.
Tap R. Tap T. Tap G. H. A. I. I. S. S. Space. I. I. A. S. S. Space. Space. A. A. Space. G. T. T.
Oop.
T. W. E. E. A. S. S. T. T.
You can see
T. T.
that's not bad. Praise God. It works. And
And W.
up at the top,
Q. Delete. Testament. Test.
auto, quick type.
Text field. Send. Button.
And there's the send to the left. We'll go ahead.
Send. Cancel. Button. Back. Button.
And it's sent.
Message. Hello.
Now,
Apps.
I do not
iMessage.
want
Suggestion.
to keep that as my
iMessage.
input
Text
method,
field.
I don't think.
Double tap.
So we're going to go back here,
Quickboard view service. Change input method. Keep
change input method, and we're going to do,
Dictation. Button.
how are you guys doing? Okay.
Doing. Delete.
And it put the
Tech
question mark already.
Set text field.
Read it again.
Editing. How are you guys doing?
Send.
Send. Send. Cancel. Button. Back. Button.
We'll hit back.
Back. 4, 7, 1.
Hit the crown to go back to the watch face. So you can see there are multiple options here. That typing experience actually wasn't so bad. I got to be honest with you. It's been a while since I've done it. And, praise God, God-given skill there. I knew pretty much where the letters were. It wasn't always perfect, but I was usually within 1 or 2, and I could swipe to it. And you could practice that and develop that even on the watch. It's much smaller, so you have to think very confined space. I don't think it's how I would prefer to do it. I think the dictation, which is why I went ahead and set it back there, is still my favorite way to do it on the watch if I'm going to send messages from the watch. But when a notification from messages comes in, it's very similar. You're going to have an edit field already on the screen. You're going to have the quick suggestions. As I said, if you double tap a suggestion, and I probably am on Do Not Disturb right now, so even if they do reply to me, I'm not going to see it unless I check it, which I will, but shortly. But I won't get the notification most likely because it's on focus mode. But when you do, you get the suggestions. And again, just remember that if you double tap a suggestion, it's going to immediately send it. It won't ask for confirmation. And I think if you ask SIRI, you can tell her to record an audio message, or you can say send a message and it'll do regular text. And when that happens, it displays the message, it reads it back to you. You can double tap the send button on the screen to go ahead and send it then. Also, if you want an audio message, you can use the apps button. Apps has a lot of the same things it does on your iPhone. So there's a lot of different ways, and I'm not going to get into all the other apps and the really cool messages apps that you can have, because we've done that on the iPhone, and we'll do it on the iPad. But know that many of them are available on the watch. And so, that same experience carries over, and this is going to mirror whatever is set up on your iPhone for notifications and that sort of thing. So it is it's a very good experience. And that's a little bit about typing on the iPhone and or on the watch, excuse me, and a bit about SIRI and dictation. So now that I've done that, let's move on and look at some other things. Now, one of the things that a lot of people may want to do with their watch, of course, is the basic watch functions like set an alarm. Now, I will say with alarms, if you set an alarm on your iPhone and you happen to be wearing your watch, then your watch will automatically mirror the alarm, and so the alarm will ring on both your watch and your phone, and you can stop it or snooze it from either device. But you can also set the alarms right from your watch. There's an app for that. It's called Alarms. We'll go back to our apps here.
Wednesday, February 11. Apps, medications.
I'm still on the M, so I'm going to use the crown in the other direction and go all the way till I stop feeling the clicks, because it's
Alarms.
really on the A. There it is, Alarms.
Alarms, heading.
Okay. Now,
11 a.m. Wake up. 2:10
there's an
p.m.
alarm, and I have, if I want it to right here,
Add alarm button.
there's an Add Alarm button, and I can double tap on that.
11 a.m. Add alarm button. A.m. button.
Okay, you have
A.m.
AM or
2 o'clock. A.m. button. 2 o'clock. 20 minutes. Selected. P.m. button.
PM. The hour and the minute are in between the AM and the PM, and I think it's using the current time. So I would, if I want to change this,
20 minutes. 2 o'clock.
there's 2
PM.
o'clock. Let's make it,
Adjustable. 1 o'clock. 12 o'clock. 11 o'clock. 10 o'clock.
there's 10 o'clock, and then
20 minutes.
I make it
Adjustable.
15.
19, 18, 15 minutes.
I can-
cancel. 10 o'clock. Selected. AM. Selected.
It's got AM now.
10, PM.
There's cancel,
Done.
and there's done,
Done.
which sets the alarm. So that's how easy it is to use the alarm. That's a very, obviously common watch feature. You can, another very common watch feature being the stopwatch. So we can open that up. This time I'll do it differently. I'll hold down the crown and I'll say, open stopwatch. Now,
Start button.
there's a
0 seconds. Elapsed. Page 1 of 3. Page 1 of 3. Adjustable.
these
Swipe
pages.
up or down with one finger to adjust the value.
You swipe up or down with one finger. Let's see what they are. Go to page 2,
Hybrid stopwatch. 0 seconds.
and that's page 2.
Page 2 of 3.
What's 3?
Adjustable digital stopwatch. 0
So
seconds.
3 is digital, 2 is hybrid, 1 must be analog.
0. Hybrid stopwatch. Analog stopwatch.
Okay? And then to the right,
0 seconds. Elapsed. Lap time. 0 seconds.
and then to the right again,
Start button.
there's start,
Start.
and we
button.
will go ahead and let it
Stop.
do a little. I already showed you timers on Monday. All right, we're going to stop it. I imagine it's close to 10
Stop.
seconds.
Lap. Stop. Start.
Now let's see.
Reset button.
Reset,
11.22 seconds.
Yep, 11.22
Elapsed.
seconds.
Page 1 of 3.
And
Page
we can-
11. Reset. Start. Button. Start.
We can
button, reset.
reset
button,
it.
Reset. Dim. Page 1 of 3.
All right.
Adjustable.
Another common watch function, right?
Time view avert.
Oh, let's do a calculator.
40 degrees. Apps. Alarms. Apple Store. Audio. Blood calculator. Resolve. 0.
All right, here's our calculator.
All clear. Button.
Of course, we can use SIRI too.
All clear.
But I want to show you something cool here.
Plus. Minus.
We have a
button.
plus, minus.
Tip. Dim. Button.
Now-
Divide. Button. 7. 8. 9. Multiply. 4. 5. 6. Subtract.
All these things you'd expect. So, very simple.
1.
1
1. 3. Add. Button.
plus
Add. 2. Button.
2.
2. Add. 0. Decimal. Equals.
Equals.
Button. Equals.
And where does it
Equals.
show me? Up at the
Button.
top, right?
Clear. But resolve. 3.
Yep, result. 1 plus 2. Result is 3. I think it got it right. And let's clear it.
Clear. Button. All clear.
Let's all clear it.
All clear.
But what I really want to show you is a tip calculator. This is built in. You're out at a restaurant and you get the bill, and the bill is
Plus.
Uh,
Minus. All clear. Resolve. All plus. Divide. 7. Button. 8.
$65
9. 4. 5. 6. Button. 6. 5. Button. 5.
and
6.
Uh,
Button. 0.
decimal
Add. Button. 0.
Wait.
Decimal. Button. Decimal.
and 50 cents.
6. Button. 5. Button. 5. 0.
Down here.
Button. 0.
Okay, 65.50. Up here by the 7,
8. 7. Divide. But tip. Button.
there's a tip button. So we've put in 65.50. We're going to hit tip.
Tip. Resolve. 65.5.
Now,
Resolve. Cancel. Button.
swipe to the right.
13.10. 20% tip. Adjustable.
I can,
Swipe up or down with one finger to adjust the value.
exactly, I can swipe up or down. It's at a 20% tip. I had a really good experience, so we'll swipe up.
21% tip. 22 per 23 per 20, 25% tip.
We're going to give the waitress 25%.
People. 1. Adjustable.
And how many people are paying this bill? That's adjustable also. So it's our family, but one person's paying. We swipe up, we can split the bill.
2. 3.
See?
2.
We're going to keep it on 1.
81.88.
And now my total is 81.88.
Total.
And over here at the left,
16.38. 25% tip.
$16.38 is the actual tip amount, and it shows you the total of 81.88, $81.88. We'll hit cancel. All right, there you go. That's the tip calculator. All right,
Clear.
let's clear that and all clear it.
All clear. All clear.
Another one of my favorite things to do with the watch is to use it as an Apple TV remote, although I don't do it often because I really do like the Siri remote that comes with the Apple TV. But if you ever want quick functions, you can use the watch. There's a remote app. I'm going to go ahead and turn on my television.
HDMI to universal remote. HDR.
And
Jessica, Matthew,
I don't know how well you can hear the TV, but that's okay.
Row 1, column
I
1,
chose
top
my
shelf,
profile.
content
Now on the
available.
watch, I'm going to open up
A real-time view of
the remote app.
apps. Activity.
Use the crown a whole bunch.
Tips.
Okay, we're close.
Shortcuts. Setting. Residia. Remote.
Double tap.
Remote. Heading.
Now, let's see.
List. Button. Living room. 3. Dim. Press
The
and hold
list-
The digital crown
now
to
listen.
list. Living room. 3.
Okay, the list button
List. Button.
would show me my other Apple TVs. The living room's already selected.
Living room. More. Button.
And then there's a more button.
Gesture area.
There's the gesture.
Double tap to start.
You double.
Tap to select.
Okay, listen,
More.
let me let you hear this whole hint.
Gesture area. Double tap to start. Then, tap to select. Swipe to move. Activate to start direct touch interaction. Actions available.
And there's actions.
Select.
Select,
Up.
up,
Right.
right,
Down.
down,
Left.
left.
Activate.
So I
Default.
can double tap and then I can use direct touch. So when I swipe to the right, it moves my remote, like I were clicking to the right. But I can also use the rotor here. So if I
Left.
go
Down.
if I go down, I double tap that,
App Store, row 2,
my
column 1.
Apple TV remote moved down. Let's move back up.
Left. Down. Right. Up.
TV, row 1.
And then I
column
can
1,
go
top shelf content available.
to the right.
Select. Activate. Left. Down. Right.
Music, photos, row, arcade, row 1,
Okay.
column 4.
Let's go back to
top
the
shelf
Select.
content available.
Left.
So activate. Left.
Photos, music, row TV, row
And let's go to
column 1,
select.
top shelf content
Activate.
available.
Select.
Double tap.
TV.
And
row
indeed,
40.
that opened my TV app.
Press back or
Praise
navigate
God. Now,
back
if I want to go
show
back,
sidebar.
Play pause. Menu. Home. Button.
Press
Menu.
back or navigate back to selected home button.
Button.
2
Menu.
of 7.
Button. Menu.
TV.
And that
row
brought me
1,
back,
column 1,
just like I would
top
expect it
shelf
to,
content
back to the
available.
home screen of my Apple TV. There's a play pause button.
Play pause. Button.
There's the menu button, which is your back button.
Home. Button.
There's the home button, which is your TV button.
Home.
And
Button.
that's it. So that is how easy it is, my friends, to use the Apple TV remote from your watch. I told you on Monday about my favorite water apps. There is a Depth app, which allows you to put your arm. In fact, I think it opens up automatically. You can, when you put your arm in the swimming pool or the bathtub or whatever, it tells you how deep the water. Now, it's not going to tell you how deep the water is. It's going to tell you how deep your arm is. But still, that's neat. And then the Tides app, which is fairly new.
February 11.
I think I've got Rehoboth Beach, our favorite summer vacation destination, in there. So
Remote apps. Remote. Sleep.
let's turn just a few
Stocks.
crown turns here,
Timers. Tides.
and let's open Tides.
Stopwatch. Tides. Tides. List. Button. Button. Button.
Okay,
List.
now I've got a list.
Button. Button.
Let's go ahead and
List. Button. List. Mavericks Beach. Waikiki Beach. Bondi Beach. Rehoboth Beach. 2.2 feet. Tide rising. 2.4 feet high at 3:38 p.m. Button.
that's what I want. Double tap on
Swipe up or down to select a custom
Rehoboth
action.
Beach.
Then double tap. Rehoboth Beach.
Now go to the right.
Tide rising. 2.2 feet. 2.4 feet high at 3:38 p.m.
That's it's rising tide right now.
Tide rising. Rehoboth Beach. List. Button.
And
List.
if I
List. Rehoboth Cat
I
R.
think I
Cat T.
think I can
Tide
see
rising.
more. I double tap on Tide rising, and I get more detail.
Close. Button.
There's the close button.
Rehoboth Beach. Today 2:30 p.m. 2.2 FT up. Tide rising. Heading. 2.4 feet high at 3:38 p.m. Swell. Heading. 2.4 feet NNW. Period. Fourth water 10. 32 degrees Fahrenheit.
Ooh, it's chilly down there at Rehoboth right now.
Weather. Heading. Windy. 41 degrees Fahrenheit. UV index. 2. Visibility. 21 mi. Wind. Heading. 16 miles per hour NW.
Gives you lots of...
Gusts. 27 miles per hour. Sunrise. Heading. 6:55 a.m. First light. 6:28 a.m. Sunset. Heading. 5:33 p.m. Last light. 6:01 p.m. Open in maps. Button.
You can
open in weather. Button.
open in maps or weather.
Title and weather data sources.
Now, I guess...
Close. Button.
We'll close that.
Close.
I guess that the high tide must be 3:30 because it says it's going to be that high. It didn't use the phrase high tide, but I guess that's what it's telling me. So there's your tides app. All right. Let's try an audio book because I don't have to be concerned about copyright since I wrote the book. I'll pick the Titanic book that I wrote, and we'll demonstrate what it's like to...
Wednesday. Tide rising.
Oops.
3.4 feet. 12 a.m. Return to present time.
Oh,
Button.
return to present time. I can manually use the crown to move through that. That's neat to know. All right, I'm back on the watch face. I'm back in the apps.
Apps. Tides.
Let's go way over to the beginning of the alphabet here with the crown. And there we are.
Alarms. Amber. American. App Store. Apple Store. Audiobooks.
Audiobooks.
Loading. Number the stars. Unabridged. Number the home. Heading. Now playing. Button. Back. Button.
Okay. Number the
Back.
stars.
Audiobooks.
I was
Heading.
reading, but let's go back.
Now playing. Zip home. Button. Library. Button.
Library.
Apollo 13.
And I think I had to choose which books I put on here if I remember.
Armageddon.
Or you can.
Apollo
Maybe
13.
not.
Now playing.
No.
Apollo 13.
Looks like they're all
Unabridged.
here.
The Baba Yaga. The Battle for the Castle. Beauty and the Beast. The BFG.
We want to go all the way to the
Unabridged,
T's.
unabridged
I'll turn the
fiction.
crown.
Elvis and Me.
Always a good
The
way
true
to
story
get
of the love
further
between
on.
Twilight. Titanic. The most complete story ever told. Unabridged. Matthew Valbrecht.
There it is. That's the book I wrote. Double tap on it.
Close. Button. More actions. Artwork. Track 2.
Now, what'll happen is
I've had the opportunity
I can use the
elementary,
crown
middle,
to
and
adjust
high
the
school students,
volume.
as well as to be a guest at a few Titanic museums,
97%.
dinners, and similar events. I've been thanked, commended, and even complimented for this work, even being dubbed a Titanic historian at one gathering, which I graciously
That's the
though
foreword or the the beginning.
hesitantly accepted. The truth is, it is the subject, not me or my level of knowledge, which I believe has propelled this book to that level of interest. Sit down with family, friends, or even perfect strangers, and they know something about the Titanic, have some opinion about it, or want to ask questions about it. Actually, that's how the borderline obsession began with me.
All right, let's pause that.
When I was in
More
the
action.
first grade,
Artwork. Track 2.
about 6 or 7 years
Go
of
backward
age,
15
I
seconds.
had the opportunity
Pause.
to
20.
read
You could have done a
25%.
magic tap too, I think.
Go forward.
There's the
15
go
seconds.
forward, go back.
Go forward.
Wanted to show you around the
play.
screen a little
Go
bit
backward
what's
6.
under
20. Go 6. 25. Track 2.
Uh,
Artwork. More actions.
more actions.
Button. More close. Airplay. Button.
airplay.
Tracks. Playback speed. Playback.
All right.
Air close.
Let's
button.
close that.
Close.
Let's go back.
Close. Button. Close. Titanic. Back. Button. Back. Library.
And let's go home.
Widgets. Wednesday.
All right, what about
2:33 p.m. and 55
the
seconds.
grocery store, the reminders? Of course, you can add reminders with SIRI. You can add calendar events with SIRI, but you can also go into these apps, and I want to
2:34
at least go
p.m. and
into
8 seconds.
reminders
Audiobooks.
because, again, I like being able
Mindfulness.
in the grocery store.
Onvis Watch. Pandora. Phone. Photos. Podcast. Reminders.
I want to go in
Lists.
here
Heading.
and I want to
Today. 3 remind. Schedule. All. Flagged. Completed. My lists. Reminder. Family. Grocery.
Good.
24 reminders.
Grocery.
Shared with Jessica Valbrecht and 2 other. View options. Hide completed. Button.
all right, we can hide completed.
Grocery. Heading.
And we'll go through this. We're in the store walking along.
View. Canned foods and soups. Expanded. Button.
Canned
Heading.
foods and soups.
Soup. Incomplete. Button.
Soup, we put that in the
Double
cart
tap to mark as complete.
and we double
Actions
tap it
available.
to mark it as complete. There's actions.
Enter detail. Delete. Activate.
Okay.
Default.
Walking through the store.
Produce. Expanded.
Here's the
Button.
produce
Heading.
section.
Cherries. Incomplete.
Cherries. We find cherries. We put them in the cart and
Button. Double tap to mark as completed.
double tap to mark as completed. It is as easy as that. Walking through the store, Don't need to pull out the phone. At the
Me.
bottom, I
Selected.
believe,
Button.
if I turn the
Heading.
crown all the way, there
Double
should
tap to
be,
add item.
yep,
Button.
add item.
Add item. Button.
So we can add our items that way.
Add item.
And of
Button.
course, we
Reese Puff
also
cereal.
can
Complete.
definitely use SIRI, which I'll do. Normally, I would do this on the HomePod, but since we're demonstrating the watch, I'll just go ahead and do it right here because I know that we need to add ketchup. So I'll hold down the crown and say, add ketchup to my grocery list.
Add ketchup to my grocery list.
Okay, I added it.
There you go. And it's as easy as that, praise
2:35
God.
PM and 46
We have the Amber app on the watch, which allows me to do. Now, again, I would use the HomePod, the Apple TV, you know, the iPad, the iPhone. But the Amber app is here, and we can do some things.
Close. Loading.
It's loading right now, my recipes from the app.
Loading.
Presumably, we will see.
Apple crumb pie. Balsamic bruschetta. 20.
Now, what happens is,
Air fryer jalapeno poppers. 20 minutes. Button.
if I double tap,
Swipe up or down to select a custom action.
Let's look at
Then
those.
double actions. Activate.
Oh, actions is a menu, but let's just activate.
Air fryer jalapeno poppers. Stopwatch. Image. 20 minutes. Rosette. Image. Difficulty undefined. Person. 6 servings. Image. Cook. Button. Image. Page 1 of 2. Adjustable.
If you go to,
Page 1 of 2. Adjust cook. Button. Image.
there's a cook button.
Page
That'll
one-
start
page one of
step-by-step
two.
instructions and timers.
Page 1 of 2.
If you go to page 2, let's see what's on that.
Nothing schedule. Meal plans.
Okay, that's
Heading.
your meal plan. So
Page 1 of 2. Back.
go back to page 1. I did that with a 2-finger swipe to the right.
6 air fryer
But
action. Air stop.
tells
20
us there's
Rosette. Difficult person.
6
servings.
6 servings it makes. And again, if we want to see the instructions, we use cook. This doesn't really have quite the, you know, the depth that the app on the phone or the iPad would have or something, or the Apple TV, because it's not meant to. It's meant just for the, you know, the step-by-step. So I'd hit the cook button and I'd have like a HUD, you know, with all the information when it's needed, and it would start the timer and so forth, I assume, things of that nature. Now, one of the really cool features I like here too is the phone app. And if you answer the phone or make a call on your watch, you can then transfer that to your iPhone. But we also have the walkie-talkie feature. Now, I don't know if I can do this when... I think I can because I'm not using my iPhone. Now, I just got a message, and that came to my iPad. It should come to the watch as well.
2:37 PM and 59 seconds.
I didn't actually get that notification right now. Maybe I'm still technically on Do Not Disturb. But let me just see if that's anything we can work with. Let's see. I'll tell you real quickly. Okay. We did get a response. We did get a response from the TTJ instructor chat. And I could go in. I could ask SIRI to read that. Or I could just, again, I didn't get that on my watch. I'm surprised that my iPad actually made that noise because we are on Do Not Disturb, I thought. But let's just open the watch app for... Oh, and actually, it looks like the... Oh, that was my son, and then we did get one from the TTJ instructors. Let me go in here to my son's message. He wants me to check on something with a package that he's getting, so I will open that up. I will just choose OK from the suggestions. And what it'll do is...
Carson, heading, OK, OK, I'll call it, OK, button, OK, I'll call Amazon, button.
That's a more customized reply,
OK,
or
button.
just OK, that's what we'll do.
Selected, OK.
And see it's sent. Alright,
Back, button,
anyway, back to
back. Page
what I was going to say. I don't know if I can get anybody on walkie-talkie right now, but boy, I like the walkie-talkie. So,
reminders.
let's send a message
Actions
using
available.
SIRI to
Apps.
my mom and see if she has her watch on, and see if I can walkie-talkie with her.
Swipe up or down to
So let's do this. Tell my mom, do you have your watch on right now, question mark? I'd like to demonstrate the walkie-talkie feature to my class.
Tell my mom, do you have your watch on right now?
Okay. Sending.
Okay.
Let's read it.
Do you have your watch on right now? I'd like to demonstrate the walkie-talkie feature to my class. Cancel. Two.
Send. There we go.
Kathy,
And it
do
did
you
send
have your watch on
automatically
right now?
when you
I-
wait long enough,
2:40
or you
PM
can
and
hit
27
cancel
seconds.
or send. No, we'll see if she replies. And I think she's in my do not disturb, so I should get that one through the thing. We can always try it. Somebody on our team, maybe, or Rita, somebody I should be able to walkie-talkie with here. But I might unmute them first, and that way we'll know. It's a really cool feature, though, because it is just like a walkie-talkie. You can double tap and hold. In the meantime, while I'm waiting on that, I will just point out we have HomeKit on here, the Home app, and again, we can use SIRI to... Is the coffee maker on?
Is the coffee maker on?
The coffee maker is off. Should I turn it on?
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
Okay. So, you can ask about and control your home accessories and smart devices, and, you know, I'm just trying to give you kind of an overview of some of the things that I like to do, and then I'm going to unmute the other folks and let them give some commentary or demos or whatever they'd like to do, see who all's here. So, let me, I'm awaiting the reply from my mom, but we might have somebody on the team who has their watch on, and then I don't need to wait. But actually, let's see. Did I? Okay. And I got, let's see if, okay. All right. Let's see. Anybody else I can, I'm just looking through this really fast here. Let me go ahead and put the, ooh, I got a walkie-talkie. Maybe somebody's, see what it says here.
Hold to talk. Button.
Oop, I gotta turn the volume up.
100%. Hold to talk. Button.
Hold the talk. Okay, go ahead and talk to everybody again. I just turned the volume up. They should be able to hear you.
Matthew, can you talk again? I'm trying to hear you. Bella is barking.
Mom is talking. Mom is
Okay.
talking. Hold to talk. Button.
Hold the talk. Yep, can you hear me better now? You can always turn the volume up with your digital crown, but you sound good. You're coming in loud and clear.
I can barely hear you, but if you're hearing me, that's okay. I'm not sure why. I turned the crown up, but it's not, sounds like it's not, it sounds fuzzy, like it's not real loud. I don't know what else to do to make it louder.
Mom is talking. Hold to talk. Button. Hold to talk. Button.
Maybe try to restart your watch or something. I don't know. You sound good on this end, though.
Okay, is that all you need from me, or do you need me to try it again, or what?
Hold to talk. Button.
Nope, I think that's all for now. Love ya.
Okay, love ya. Over and out.
Hold back. Button. Back.
And so that's really awesome. That's a cool feature. And you can go into walkie-talkie and you can add people, invite people. They have to have an Apple Watch. Now, you cannot use walkie-talkie while you are on your iPhone. If you are talking on the phone at the same time, it will not work. And that is because it uses your iPhone connection, I suppose, in some form. Now, in this case, I'm on Zoom on my iPad, not my iPhone. So the line was clear, praise God. We were able to do it. But you can also go into the walkie-talkie app, as I said, invite people, accept invitations, and you can mark yourself as unavailable. So, you know, when you put on a focus mode and theater mode and those sorts of things, you know, you can turn on the do not disturb. You can say you're unavailable in the walkie-talkie app. There's a number of options that you have there. And there actually might even be, if I remember correctly, a control in Control Center to disable that as well. All right, so I think that is a good portion of what I wanted to demo, so I'm going to turn off the original sound, and that timing was perfect, praise God, we got to do that, and now I'm going to disable the original sound and get the other folks unmuted here.
App more. Audio settings. Noise room.
Now, let's go to our participant list. All right, praise God. Let's see. Who do we have? There's Rita and Sarah. Let's get them both unmuted. How you doing, ladies?
Hi.
Hi.
Good.
Good.
How are you?
Doing well. Doing well. Praise God.
Rita. Did you unmute Rita?
I did.
She probably wasn't expecting to get unmuted.
No, probably not.
I do much less than that, than what you
Okay,
just
I'm
did.
here.
Hi, Rita.
Hi. How you doing?
I'm good.
Now, Rita, you use your watch all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I was just going down the list that when Matt was looking at these, and it's like I was just listing the health, features from, blood oxygen, ECG, mindfulness, sleep. There's just there must be 15, crash detection,
Mental
like
wellness, I think,
Fall,
too.
fall detection. Yep.
fall detection.
Yep.
There's all these things that can be turned on and off. Okay,
Right.
like
You can list your medications there
yes,
on
Yes.
that list.
Yep. And you can also, and again, this is why it's great having a team and Rita having you with us too, because I deliberately, I mean, we may use our watches in very different ways, but all of these things are available. And with not only the ECG, but you can go in and you can anytime you want, you can check your heart rate. You can set a hand washing reminder, and mine goes when it detects the sound of water and the motion of moving hands and the soap sound and so forth. It will start a 20-second timer and let me know that I've washed my hands properly long enough. And you have what's the other one? Like high heart rate notifications, hypertension notifications, and there's something else. Oh, noise. Like
yes.
it'll let you know if the noise level around you
For
exceeds
ear health,
what is
right?
recommended. Right. And again, all these things can be disabled. Some people don't want to have we've had that conversation before. And some people say, well, I just don't want that. And that's fine. You can choose. But they're all options for you, Sleep Score. That's one of the newer ones. And when you wake up in the morning and you get up and start using your device, it'll tell you how your sleep was. You got 85%. You had very few interruptions. You got enough hours of sleep, or you didn't, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, I think there's 99% of people walking around with these watches that have no idea they can do all this stuff. Unless they get in there and look. You need to open up. You turn the digital crown to where it's got the list of features. For like it'll start with apps or audiobooks or whatever, alarms, blood oxygen. Go down those little features and you can open those and it'll, like if you open the sleep one, it'll say set up sleep, and it's like, okay, no, I exited, to get out. But if you don't open these things and look at them, you don't know they exist,
I'm
and
I'm 1%. I'm that other, you said 99%?
uh-huh.
I'm the 1% that knows what's in there, but I don't want to use them.
Yeah, then but for somebody who finds something that's useful, like there was a girl on the Monday call that wanted to know about specifically step counting. And so I just did a search, and there's an app that apparently is friendly with voiceover, and it's called Steps app, STEPSAPP, all one word, Steps app pedometer. and you go to the app store and you download it, and then you got to go through a process to get it onto your watch. You know, you got to load it onto your watch, and then you got to, you know, sign in with it. I mean, there's a few things you got to do. It's all free.
Why
But
is that better than what's already on the watch?
because on the watch you have three rings for exercise, move, and for stand. But there's no one specific place unless you open the health app on your phone to
Okay.
do the step count. Okay.
Okay.
And so if you're looking for just there was a girl who just wanted the step count. Okay, she's
Yeah.
trying to do that all wonderful 10,000 steps a day, which is I think is awesome, but I don't know if I'll ever make it. You know, and so I was able to make it a complication on one of my faces so that if I do want to track, it'll parallel the phone through the health app. You have to give it.
Oh, so you did download it onto your
Yes.
watch.
You,
Ah,
you have to
okay.
give it permission.
Right.
I have not loaded a lot of apps on my watch. I want it simple as possible. There's already enough on there, you know, like crazy. And I use this watch for the complications features to get the things quickly. Like if I'm out somewhere and I want to record in voice memos, I've got that as a complication on one of my faces. So I don't have to look for record, you know, voice memos or whatever. I just go to this specific face, hit the voice memos, hit the record. You know, a lot faster.
And the nice thing about with just like the other stuff, right? When you do voice memos, you know, it syncs to the phone. So you record on the watch, you open the phone, iPad, Mac, and it's there.
But whose speaker are you using? Are you using the watch speaker or
Watch.
using the phone?
Watch.
Yeah, so you've got that speaker versus like a well, actually the more recent watches have much better speakers than they used to, right?
Yeah, you might be surprised. It's not, in my experience, it's not as clear as when you record on the phone, but it still is more than adequate for most things that you would
Yeah.
be recording on your
Yeah.
watch. You know what
I
I
thought
mean?
the 11s were supposed to be like greatly improved on the speakers.
It's
Yes.
pretty good. It's like
Yeah.
when how I use it is like when I do some training with clients, and so say I want to give them you know, a homework assignment, or I want to record some things I want them to do. You know, like I want you to do this and this and this. You know, I'll record it on the watch while I'm sitting there with them, and then I share the recording from, you know, the watch to the client, and boom, you know, you just open
Yeah.
up. So I mean, it's really handy, really
Yep.
handy.
And two other things just kind of related to that in some ways that came to mind because you said that. One is the camera remote. You can use the watch as a remote to start the camera on your iPhone or take a picture or whatever. And you can even put photos on your watch if you want to show people quickly. You know, you can scroll through your favorite photos or have it automatically put certain photos. So, I mean, it's just incredible, you know?
Yeah, the options that are just available to you if you'll just get in there and dig a little bit with this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. I was well, Matt, while you were talking, you know, earlier, I was looking up in the health app just of the phone which, you know, records what's on the watch when you're walking, and checking out the, you know, what I was talking about a few days ago, the asymmetry, you know, of walking, like if
Yes.
you're limping, and then the double support time. And in the double support time, you're supposed to get to between 20 and 40% double support. You know, you're mostly supposed to be on a single foot at a time. And so you sort of have to look at that and make sure that you're doing a strong walk versus, you know, like shuffling your feet, you know, which people people get to when they get older, they get to when they have an injury, et cetera, et cetera. So I like that a lot. And I'm very competitive with me. So
With you.
I, I try, I looked for yesterday, I was at 30. So I was in between 20 and 40%. And, if you get higher than 40%, then you should be working to get it lower. The lower, the better.
Mm,
And, but for a while there, I was getting 27%. And I was like, oh, pat myself on the back. But
mm,
no, not so with all the snow. And then the other one is just walking steady, having a steady gait and not lopsided. And I like to look at that. And I have a 0.07, which is good.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Yeah.
So I'm just saying I'm not
Right.
competitive at all.
Well, and
uh,
they have these different challenges, different times of the year that show up in these apps, and again, you can use this with Fitness Plus with the Apple TV. You can you can set goals for yourself for different things. And the other thing, I think that there are still. I think I might be wrong about this. I don't know, but I thought Silver Sneaker was one of them, and some insurance companies, health insurance, and so will actually give Apple Watches or allow you to get a significant discount on an Apple Watch, to their members, to their clients, because
Yeah.
there's
Rita
so
used
many.
Silver Sneaker, right?
uh-huh. Yeah.
Sorry, Matt, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, no,
But
no. Go ahead. No, yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, it's yes, it Silver Sneakers has an option for Apple Fitness for free, but you got to renew it every 3 months. So the Silver Sneakers app I find is sucks in terms of accessibility.
Oh, okay.
Excuse my language, sorry, but it's like it's a pain. But having a Silver Sneakers membership allows you a Apple Fitness for free every 3 months, but you got to do the little renewal thing.
Oh, okay, okay.
And there's this wonderful thing with Apple Fitness Plus. If you do this, it's called Time to Walk, and they have these. They've got, oh God, probably 200 recordings of well-known people. Dr. Sanjay Gupta and Megan Trainor and whoever. Like these people, and they record while they're walking, and it's professional. Oh my God, it's really good.
Oh, so
Uh,
you're listening to them speak while you're walking, or
yes, yes.
oh,
And then they
huh.
list their favorite songs and why they're favorite songs, and you can, so they'll play a song. It's usually 30 to 50-minute walk sessions, and you hear the birds, you hear their footsteps. I mean, it's crazy. It's like they're describing where they're walking. Dolly Parton did the very first one, like when it first came out, like 3 or 4 years ago.
Wow.
And I mean, they are high quality, amazing recordings. And the one thing I was frustrated about the time to walk thing, though, is if you're not moving ahead, like if you're on a treadmill or something, or you're just, walking in place, the accelerometer or whatever that thing is, it doesn't record that you went anywhere. I mean, it
Oh,
keeps playing,
Oh,
but I mean, you have to be walking like, and
interesting.
so it's like
yeah,
crap. So you don't get the numbers for that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I
but
kind of I kind of like when you're walking and you haven't turned on anything, and I'll get an alert from the watch saying, you seem to be exercising. Do you want
Yes,
to
yes.
start, the
Yep.
routine or whatever? And I'm like, yes, go ahead,
Right.
do it.
Yep.
yeah,
And it's cool because they do, it's all about like Sarah said, that, sort of competition with yourself is what they're trying to really encourage and foster, because, you'll get an attaboy or an attagirl partway through the day. Oh, you've doubled your move goal today. You closed your all three rings, or you didn't close, whatever the case may be. But yeah.
right. And there are some people who, I mean, they take this so seriously. They buy the watch just for the
Right.
goals, you know,
Right.
To close
and
those rings.
and they set their rings really high. Like
Mm-hmm.
the minimum calorie burn, I think, is 300, you know, and it goes up to like, so say you set your calorie goal at, I don't know, let's say you set it at 600, okay, or whatever, that you burn 600. Well, you got to move to it, you know, so it's like, there are some people who set their goals really high and then they're constantly striving to get it, which is a good thing, but it's also a bad thing in terms of, you know, like, God, lighten up, you know, like,
Yeah. A
set
little
that goal,
addictive. Yeah.
set that goal a little lower. And so you have success every day.
Yeah.
And then if you exceed it, great. I mean, that's my attitude, but
How about being competitive about how much time you spend sitting on the couch?
yeah.
That would be good. I would win
Yeah.
those
Let's set a
every
goal.
day.
How much sit time can you get in?
Close that ring.
That's funny.
that
That's funny.
that would be a good. We'll send that to Apple feedback today. A
Right.
relaxation ring. I don't
Yeah.
know if I don't know if they'd go for it, but we can
It'll
send
be the couch potato ring.
Right. I was lazy today. I didn't get up. Right.
it.
Congratulations, you burned 2 calories.
There's also which we talked a little about on Monday, but obviously didn't show you, but Apple Pay on the watch. Again, just a reminder that that's another thing you can do if you choose to do it. Is use the watch to pay for purchases with Apple Pay, and we again, a lot of these third party apps. I can do. Usually, I do this from the phone, but I can, I can unlock and start our car from the watch. With the My Chevrolet app, and it's just a lot of things. A lot of options.
Yes. So customizable but you've got to get in there and dig.
Yeah.
Like if there's something you want to try, you need to kind of set it up, like, these goals and so forth and these features.
Well, I thought it was kind of neat that that Matt did he can use the watch as a remote for the TV.
Yes.
Because everybody's always losing the remote. That's like an American pastime. And I just bought my daughter an LG TV, and she said she can't figure it out. How to, she's setting it up on her own. So I'm going to tell her that she can use her watch because she has a 10. Use a watch as a remote.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
Yep.
if the TV, now of course that was with the Apple TV specifically, but yeah, I mean, worth looking into.
Yep. So you actually have to have the Apple TV because it's talking to its own kind.
Well, or if the excuse me, if the app that you would use, like there is an LG app, if there's a watch version of that, then it may, it may offer that same functionality. So it would just be a matter
So
of
using the LG app on the watch,
if it's available. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got she got it on her phone, but yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's worth looking at,
Yep. Yep.
Exactly.
But I think that's too bad that you have to actually you cannot measure your walk on the treadmill as as a real walk, as like propelling forward.
Now that's only with the time to walk app.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
I mean, time to walk feature within Apple Fitness Plus. Okay. So
Right.
like if you there, I discovered something else too. Okay. So say you go under activity under your watch, and then there'll be run, indoor walk, indoor, whatever. Say you pick, yeah, I don't know. Let's say you pick indoor walk or treadmill or whatever. Well, then, yes, it will measure, it starts a beep, 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 and it starts, counting down, and then it
Mhm.
tells you when you've got your goal achieved. You know, like you say, you get this 300 calorie burn or whatever. It'll tell you. That does work on the equipment. There's also something really cool. It's called Workout Buddy, and so like if you say to SIRI on your watch, start Workout Buddy. Okay, so it just starts a generic workout, not anything specifically assigned to walk, run, rowing, climbing, jumping. It just starts a general workout. Okay, and then, but it will talk to you. It'll say, keep going, or you've reached your goal, or I mean, it'll talk to you. Um,
I don't
and
think my watch would live very
ah,
long.
ah,
I
but
just toss it as I was running.
right. I do find that, like, say, for example, I start an indoor, like I'll say to SIRI, start an indoor bicycle workout. Okay. So it'll give me the timer, neat. It'll start, whatever. And so after, say, 45 minutes, say let's just say I burned 250 calories. Let's just, if I got that far. Okay. So then I terminate the workout, okay, and then say I said, "Hey, SIRI, start a workout buddy," okay, and I did the exact same thing on the bike, the indoor bike, 45 minutes. It gives me a higher calorie count. Like,
Really?
yeah, for the exact same minutes, and so it's like sometimes you can kind of cheat and and like because I don't know how it's calibrating that, but a lot of this is tied to heart rate and that kind of stuff. So I mean, it's fascinating how it all works, but that indoor that workout buddy is just Siri is, I sometimes discourage people from overly depending on Siri on their phones and so forth, because but the Siri is extremely handy on your watch.
Yeah, that's so interesting. It's sort of like it's encouraging you with the buddy thing, getting more, the burning off more calories. It's
Mhm.
it's kind of like it's giving you incentive by giving you treats almost.
Yeah, exactly. It's like verbal prompts, like keep going.
Yeah.
There's this voice that comes out of your watch, and it's like keep going. And you're like,
Yeah.
okay.
It's kind of like some of the companies that basically are, selling their clothes and a 6 is now an 8 because so the person who's
Oh,
wearing and they'll say, "Oh, this is way too big on me. I must be a 6," and so
yeah, right. Yep.
yeah, anyway. That's another discussion.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks for joining today's session. Didn't get your question answered? Have an additional comment or feedback? Email us info@ttjtech.biz or info@stirritup.com. And remember, stir is spelled with a U. That's STURITUP.com. Or check out our websites for additional resources. That's ttjtech.biz or stirritup.com. And remember, subscribe to the newsletter when you're there. That way, you don't miss out on any upcoming announcements or events. Thanks for joining us. God bless, and see you next time.